Uh, what's up, everybody? I'm going to be doing a video response RPG tag from Red Dice Diaries, actually. Um, so it's the 12 or 15 questions. First of them being, what was the first system you played? And as far as I can remember, the first system I played was way back in 1982. And it was first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. A couple of friends, or good friend of mine, called me up one day and said, "Hey, there's this real cool game that a buddy of his was running, and it was like Conan and all this other kind of stuff, and I really needed to check it out." And they had been playing it for maybe a weekend or so before. So I dove into it and got addicted to it right away. It was fantastic, getting the opportunity to actually portray one of the characters, and just like in many of the fantasy novels that I had read, was fantastic, and that was all it took. The second question is, what was my first character? And I really can't remember, but I am assuming that it was in that Advanced Dungeons and Dragons game. And I know that, pretty sure it was a ranger type, but that's really all I can remember because that was a long time ago. Favorite system. Right now, my favorite system is Fate Core, probably. I just like the versatility of it. And I like the fact that I'm not a big fan of levels. Not a big fan of hit points. And I just like how it interprets your character and kind of lets you not only kind of show some of the either mental or physical aspects directly of your character, but also gives a direct clue to that to others as well. And I think it works a lot better in alignment, which I don't like either. Next question is, what is your favorite character you've played, PC or NPC? I don't really have a favorite NPC that I've played in the past that I can remember. But as far as my favorite character, there was a psychic mutant cheetah named Caesar, who I played for a while in a Rifts campaign that was run by one of my friends, and he was a favorite character of mine. Least favorite character you played, PC or NPC? Once again, don't really remember the NPCs too much. The least favorite player character I've played would have to have been a character in the Stormbringer RPG. And this was many, many years ago, and can't remember his name or anything. But what I do remember is that he was in Stormbringer. I don't know if it's that way in the more recent versions or not, but in order to have a magic item, you would have to actually summon, entities from other planes and bind them to the items. And then the item would have that being's, characteristics and stuff, which is a pretty cool idea because there's risk in that, And of course, my character gleefully did summon a being, and the being immediately tore loose from my character's control and proceeded to torment said character. I don't know if he killed him or not, but it wasn't good. I remember that much. Favorite world, I would say I believe it's called like Planetary Romance or Planetary Pulp, possibly. Just think about like Flash Gordon and John Carpenter and those kinds of things. I really like the mixture of kind of the swashbuckling fantasy aspect as well as the sci-fi aspect of it as well, kind of mixed up. Basically any kind of genre that combines stuff. Riffs I really like, because it's a mishmash of things, but I really like the Planetary Romance or Pulp, whatever you want to call it. Favorite die? I really don't have one. I really don't have a favorite die. Miniatures or theater of the mind? I used to be into miniatures big time, but of course lately, especially being that now all of my game interaction is now online. I don't have any in-person games at all. Haven't had an in-person game for a while, actually. So it's theater of the mind, definitely. But I have considered utilizing some kind of like miniature digital miniature aids in order to kind of help with the visualization of what's going on, because sometimes it can be difficult. Some people actually are they need that that representation there so they can visualize what's going on in their mind better, which is fine. So I'm actually thinking about kind of incorporating that a little bit. The next one, number 9, is worst critical glitch or failure in the game. It would go back to that Stormbringer character, because if I'm not mistaken, the reason that my summoner or whatever lost control of the being was because of a glitch, and then things went quickly downhill from there. Best or favorite critical success in the game, going back to the Rifts character that I had, I remember one scene vividly still in my mind where my character was on a sky cycle, racing high above the terrain, and either I can't really remember, but I think we were chasing down a villain who had been tormenting us for the longest time. And in order to stop this guy, I came up with the idea to leap from one sky cycle to the next. And I actually did it with a critical and got the guy. So that was pretty good. Number 11, favorite class or type of character to play. I don't know. I had to think about this. The majority of the time until fairly recently, I've been the GM at least 50% of the time, if not a little bit more. And I guess it would have to be some type of utility, class, like multi-classing. So, I kind of like having more options, not necessarily having to rely upon magic, not 100%, not necessarily having to rely upon melee skills 100%. So I like stuff in the middle, like a little bit of everything. Smorgasbord. Least favorite class or type of character to play. I really don't play clerics or priests. I don't think I ever have, actually. And I don't play a lot of rogues either. I don't not like them, but I really haven't had any inspiration to play that type of character or class. So, and then that being said as well, I really don't often play pure, melee classes either. Like I said, I like to do a little bit of everything, but definitely for sure, I've never played a cleric or priest and have never played a rogue. Next question is one system or setting you've never played but want to. One thing that I want to play is Savage Solomon Kane, which is based off of Savage Worlds. That's something I would really like to play. So yeah, there you go. If you were to create yourself as a character, what would your class be? Once again, probably a utilitarian type of, or utility rather type of class. Like I guess the closest thing would be a rogue, even though I don't consider myself to be very sneaky. I think it's more so because they have a lot of skills at their disposal, which would kind of explains what I am. Unlike a lot of guys that have answered these tags, I do not have any formal martial arts training or anything like that. And I haven't heard anybody say so, but I really don't have too much of a grip on any kind of mystical or magical skills. So I would have to say a skill, a regular skill-based kind of rogue type character. Then the last question is, who are you going to tag? Okay, well, I am going to tag, if he hasn't been already, I don't know, Jarl DM. I like to tag DBJ. And I like to tag Fantastic Dimensions and Adventure Story Games. So if those guys have already been tagged, that's fine, but if not, there you go. So thanks for listening, guys.